This edition of Sports Galore is proudly brought to you by Subway. And now, here's your hosts, Mark Allen and Adam Treloar.
G'day everybody, I'm Mark Allen and welcome to Sports Galore. And this, of course, is a very fresh and new hairdo-looking Adam Treloar.
New hairdo, or you mean just recently touched up?
I reckon you got a new fade, is what I reckon.
Yeah, well, every 2 weeks, mate. So I got it done on Friday. Iran, my man.
How is Iran going? Is he all right?
Very, very good.
That's good.
You should head down there.
Mate, well, I will. If you guys make the final,
Yeah, that's the deal.
I'm going down there.
Mate, it's been a long time. I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. What'd you do over your break?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Oh, I trained. Actually, I put together my gym at home.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So what you got out in the back?
So, no, it's in my garage.
Yeah, so what's out
there?
there?
Big garage. I got a squat rack, barbell, rings, got some chalk to chalk the hands up, got some weight plates, everything. I just need dumbbells. I got an exercise bike put in on Saturday.
Any course type stuff? What sort of stuff do you do? Because the core, we're all fascinated. What do you do for your core?
It's pretty much to try and make yourself look good.
Right, so nothing to do with footy, just for the rig.
It's all about the rig. And summer is only how far away? Summer. Spring's a bit hot.
Well, it's pretty much the shortest day of the year at the moment.
Yeah, well, you're right. Exactly.
So we're 6 months away from the start of summer in my
So I'm prepping. I'm prepping in my own gym for my summer bod.
Rightio. Hey, I've got a few important questions to ask you.
Yes.
Your coach, Nathan Buckley, appeared on Footy Classified on Monday night.
My favourite show.
And the conversation that he had with Craig Hutchison, because you said, I believe you. I know that Footy Classified is your favourite show.
It is.
The conversation that Nathan Buckley had with Craig Hutchison and Gary Lyon and Matty Lloyd, who was a panellist on the night, was sensational. And it all started from when Jason Johannesson was doorstopped last week. After the game, after the Sydney boys roughed him up, targeted him, and played with him. They got him. The doggies didn't put him up. So the only opportunity the media had to speak about his treatment was when he came out in the club.
That happens a bit here.
That's what I want to talk to you about. So in that interview with Jason Johannesson, he was fantastic. Yeah. It was raw. He spoke the truth. It went viral. It went everywhere. But unfortunately, the doggies, they didn't get their mission on. They didn't get Johannesson in any of his Bulldogs kit. It was the best conversation that I've heard all year, and that was gone. But it also comes with the cringe-worthy, here's a reporter hiding behind a garbage bin, jumps out, and we see it happen all the time. We see it happen a lot at Collingwood.
It does.
You guys walking from the car park.
Quite a bit.
Well, before we get started on the conversation, which is how much access is the right amount of access in AFL, what's your feeling on door stopping? Because I hate the look of it. What's your feeling?
I don't think it's... I suppose it's the way sport is nowadays. It's what's happening, and it happens in every sport, and especially when you're a part of, the biggest club in the land, which is Collingwood. There's always going to be people there trying to create stories or find something, and they always seem to talk to the ones who are, I suppose, the leaders of the club. They always tend to stop Pendles, Tay, and Steele, and so I think they get used to that in that regard. But it's just a part of what it is. It's annoying because. Yeah. They only tend to come see you when we're losing. It's nothing to do with... How often do you see them there when we're winning? You never see them. It's always when we're losing, or if someone's playing bad, or if it's about bucks or whatever. That's the annoying aspect to it, but it's the way it is nowadays.
Now, look, I agree with you. In this country in particular, in the AFL it happens all the time. In the NRL it happens all the time. We see it happening in the cricket. And look, I'm in the media now. I've been in the media for 6-7 years on a full-time basis. And I think it happens because we don't see what we see in the NBA and the NFL and the baseball, which is at the end of every game, at the end of a lot of training sessions, there's half an hour open slather to where the media.
That. I think that's good.
Do you like it?
I like that.
Now, I know that you've got your head in the middle of American sport, so that doesn't surprise me. And I know you're very good in the media as well, so that doesn't surprise me that you wouldn't mind it also. What about the rest of your playing group?
I think you'd have to come together as a I suppose the AFLPA to discuss the matter, because there's a lot of players out there that don't like talking to the media. But I think it's cool. I think why not give it a try? Like, we trial so many things in everything in sport, and you look at the sub rule and everything, and the 9-pointer in the NAB Cup or whatever, the JLT Community Series, the Wizard Home Loans Cup, whatever it used to be called, the Anzac Cup. That's what it used to be called.
Anzac Cup, that's a good one.
But why not try it? I think it's be good. I think fans want to, I suppose, know how the player's feeling immediately after a game, the reaction to it, because generally after a game, the club like it is with the doorstoppers. They'll go to the leaders to talk, or they'll go to the guys that's played a good game. They won't necessarily go to a guy that could have struggled, or any guy in particular that wants to talk. Where I think it's a good idea if they tried it out and could test it out, and I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool to see.
Well, and with everybody, like for instance, Eddie's available.
I
Nathan
think
Buckley's
awesome.
available. If you had a bad day in front of goal, maybe the kicking coach is available. If it looks like a team has run out of gas in the last quarter, we can go to Darren Burgess, for instance, at Port Adelaide, and have a chat to him. Well, I might have to go to Arsenal.
We
have to go to Arsenal to find him. But do you think that would be okay?
I think the only how excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I need a drink. The only how I would like it is if you watch the NBA players when they do it, or the NFL players, if the reporter asks a stupid question, the player just goes back at the reporter extremely hard, and they always get away with it over there. Where if it happened here, it'd be completely different. I don't think they'd let the player in particular question the reporter. So there has to be pros and cons on both sides, from the reporter side and from the player side. And if they ask a stupid question, we're allowed to come back with a stupid answer if it's silly. So why not try it? Give it a go.
I'm with you. I reckon the AFL, look, if they could start 2018 and say, okay, for the first 8 weeks of the season, we're going to try this. And about week 7, week 8, we're going to let you know how we think it's going. We might tweak it.
I think it's awesome.
Or we might just knock it completely on the head because the media have overstepped what we thought we gave them. But I think it's worth having a look at.
Hopefully Gillan McLaughlin's watching.
Well, we should send it to Gil. Can we send this to Gil, Sam?
Surely.
He's a regular. He regularly has listened, doesn't he?
Gil was on Pendles' podcast last
Was
week.
he? Yep. Joking.
That is true.
That's
Can we
right.
get him?
We had Stephen Moore.
We got a
It doesn't
wallaby.
matter.
Oh, we got a wallaby.
With Gil Griffin.
Oh, we got a wallaby, but he got dropped. He got dropped.
Did he?
Our wallaby didn't play in the test against Fiji. They dropped the captain.
Oh, wow.
Coach Checker said,
move on.
That's it for you. That is it for you. All right, well, that's an interesting discussion. Stay tuned, because I reckon this is going to go around and around this week in media circles. Now, this week, our producer Sam, he happened to go to Australia and Brazil at the MCG last week. 48,000 people were reportedly there. Now, I'm not sure whether you saw the crowd, but if there were 48,000 people at the MCG, you and I aren't here. In fact, I'm the jock and you're the journo, if that is the case. There was about 30,000 people there. How would you feel? This is my question. So this is end-of-year friendlies and games that don't mean much for the big organisations.
How would you feel playing in it?
How would you feel after last year? So you finish up round 23, you haven't made the finals, and Eddie Maguire, Nathan Buckley, and you take off and you have to play Ireland in a exhibition match. How would you be going?
Oh, I probably wouldn't want to do it.
You couldn't possibly want to do it.
You only get 2 months off a year, so I want to spend that 2 months not playing footy and focusing on myself. It's a bit of me time.
Yeah.
Not a footy time. So
well, let me ask you this.
Really before it.
What about if you were getting
fortune?
What about if you were getting paid like a Brazilian soccer player?
Well, there you go. How much were they getting paid?
Well, let's say they're on about 200,000 a week.
Okay, yeah. No, there you go. You've sold me. You've sold me. You've sold me. Done. I'm ready to go.
I'm with you there as well. What do you make of their first goal? We started with the ball.
What goal?
The Socceroos went down 4-0 in this friendly. They made 7 changes from the team that played against Saudi Arabia the week before.
Yep.
So they made 7 changes. It wasn't our strongest team. They're overplaying the Confederation Cup at the moment, where they lost 3-2 to Germany overnight. But they had 7 changes to that team. We started with the ball at the MCG, and Brazil scored within 12 seconds of the match.
What happened? Was like the difficulty turned down the rookie mode or something?
Well, look, as long as you can hold Brazil for the first 30 seconds of a game, then you're going to be in it. We started with the ball, and they scored in 12 seconds.
What happened?
They got the ball, took it down, and goal.
Who scored it?
I don't know.
All right, well,
one of the
guns. Shows my knowledge of the game.
Anyway, let's keep moving forward. The biggest games that have meant absolutely nothing we're going to have a look at today in Sports Galore. The biggest soccer crowd in Melbourne, 95,569, attended Brazil-Argentina 2 weeks ago. And that was an end-of-season friendly, basically, for all the players that were playing in it. Of course, they're trying to warm up for this Confederations Cup as well. Previously, the highest crowd was a friendly between Australia and Greece, 2006, 95,000 at the G.
That wasn't... No, it's a friendly. There you go.
No, that wasn't friendly.
I thought it was... Remember John Aloisi when he waved his...
Oh, that wasn't a friendly.
That wasn't a friendly?
No, that was a World Cup qualifier, that
there
one.
You go. There's a big difference there.
That was massive. And friendlies are a common thing in soccer right around the world. Brazil, Argentina and Australia, Brazil failed to reach any intensity whatsoever. In fact, they were just training runs. Basically training runs.
As you'd expect.
AFL friendlies, do you know much about these?
Yeah, I like this last one. I remember watching it when I was...
The Hall of Fame tribute match.
Oh, that was awesome.
What did you think? So it was Victoria taking on the All-Stars at the MCG.
Well, being a Carlton fan at the time, all I cared about were the Carlton players, and Chris Judd and Brendan Favola both dominated.
Yeah, they did.
Favola kicked 8, I think. So, mate, I love that. I like that idea.
Yeah?
I think that is an awesome idea.
What about a one-off All-Star game to
I reckon
celebrate?
it'd be awesome. I'm so for it. I don't... Because
we had one.
Players are for it.
We had one to celebrate the 150th year of Australian rules football.
We did.
Yeah, we did. 69,000 watched as the Vics defeated the All-Stars by 17 points. Jonathan Brown captained the
Fev
Vics.
was best on.
Andrew McLeod, the All-Stars. Favola kicked 6 goals. Awarded best on ground. You know.
They need to get it back. State of origin.
They can only do it once every 5 or 10 years, though, couldn't they?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
If you did it every year, it would lose its lustre.
I know.
And players running
Origin,
around, not doing much.
I like the State of Origin.
I know. Oh, you would like to see a State of Origin?
Tonight, speaking of State of Origin.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Hopefully the Queenslanders get up to make an interesting series.
That is right. It's on Wednesday night.
I remember the Millennium game. Fev kicked, what was it? 12. There you go.
12. 20,000 turned up.
Wasn't
Yeah, 20,000 turned up to this. It was
20,000.
Yeah, New Year's Eve 1999. Geez,
Well,
a long time ago.
there you go.
He'd only played 2 games. And
he kicked 12.
Yeah. NBA All-Star games, no defence whatsoever.
Nah,
Scores
putrid.
basically double.
Yeah, but it's exciting to watch because offensively it brings out the exploits of all the superstars in the comp.
Which one would you prefer to watch? I'll give you the 3 options. The All-Star game,
with NBA,
the 3-point
NBA.
The 3-point shoot-off,
or the dunk.
Or the dunk. Which one would you watch?
The dunk contest. But only thing I don't like about dunk contest is they never have like superstars in it. It's all young athletic guys that've got no idea about how to play basketball, but they're good dunkers.
Hey, let's cross to Do You Care? Thanks to our very good friends at
Do I
Subway.
care?
We love our friends at Subway. What's your famous sub again?
It's meatball sub.
Meatball sub.
With extra marinara sauce.
Yeah.
Some tasty cheese.
Yes.
Melted.
Yes.
Toasted. No salad.
Yeah.
I don't think Em Walker, our dietitian, would be.
I was going to ask.
That, but and maybe a couple of cookies on the side.
Could you have them after the game instead of the pizza?
No, we do get Subway after the game.
Do you?
Yeah, first class.
Oh,
delicious.
thank you to Subway.
Delicious.
Fantastic. Do You Care? Thomas Bugg calls out Jason Johansson, who's in the news at the moment, on Instagram. I was wrapped with the artism. He's so artistic.
Yeah, absolutely.
In black and white.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He went to a lot of trouble.
I played with Buggy. He's a bug. He's
a
pest. Yes, he is. But he's an absolute legend. Star.
And he gave one to one of ours too.
Yeah, I know. If you ever want someone on your team to do that role, he's a perfect bloke for it.
Yeah, he's got the good name for it as well. In the golf, American Brooks Koepka won his first major victory at Erin Hills. Hit more greens for the week.
Didn't even know this.
Trust me, you care. It was amazing.
Okay, I do. You know, I
do it for me. Care for me.
I care for you.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
I do care for you.
In the NBA, now this is big.
Huge.
The Boston Celtics have traded their number 1 pick in the draft to Philadelphia for their number 3 and a future first round pick. Now, I know you care because you love it.
Absolutely.
But why have they got their hands on the number 1 pick? What's happened before the season?
They initially traded for Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
So remember, I don't know if you remember.
So they've got Isaiah
Kevin
Thomas.
Garnett and Ray Allen went to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And Paul Pierce, 3 stars, not Ray Allen. Yeah. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. Brooklyn traded the future first-round draft picks for him, and this year was a first-round draft pick, and they got pick 1 because Brooklyn are atrocious at the moment.
Okay, so the number 1's going to be a point guard this year, is it?
Mark
by the sounds of it.
Or Josh Jackson, or maybe...
They're point guards?
Yeah, I reckon they're the 2 you can't look past. LeVar Ball, even though he's a...
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball, not LeVar Ball.
Thanks,
all
Sam. Yeah, right.
All of them.
Hey, since we last spoke, Golden State have become the NBA champions. They won the series 4-1.
Kevin Durant has become an NBA champion. That's all I care about.
Yeah, he has.
And
the
MVP.
Yeah, incredible. 15-1 in the postseason.
Kevin Durant just put on a clinic.
And in the rugby
what a
union,
star.
Our friends at the Wallabies and our captain, who got dropped straight after Sports Galore, struggled through a 24-19 loss to Scotland in Sydney. Last Saturday, 1 test remaining against Italy. I care as long as our captain's playing.
Exactly.
What's his name again? Stephen Moore. Thank you.
Our man.
Stephen Moore. He's a great man.
And Izzy Flower took an absolute hanger of a try.
I saw the picture. It was an absolute
what
ripper.
A star. That was awesome.
Hey, no word today of Kyrgios?
No.
disappointing. He's
boy.
he's getting ready for Wimbledon. Had to pull out of Queens, so we had to get him in. And how's our boy Gwat?
Gwat.
Yeah, how's it going? Have we heard from him?
No.
Maybe you should put a call out for him on Instagram or something.
You know what? Next time I will. One of my best mates who's mates with him, I'll ask him if he's heard from Gwat lately. Gwat.
1:45 game at the MCG. We're taking on 4th place Port Adelaide on Saturday afternoon. Good luck, buddy. We'd love to see a big win, and we'll catch you next week.
Thanks to our friends at Subway, this has been another episode of Sports Galore. If you've got feedback on the show, or you have a topic you'd like the guys to talk about, use the club's official social channels to let us know. Go Pies.